Hello there everyone, it's Lydia here and welcome to my crafty corner. Today I'll be sharing with you how I've created this little gift using some masking. I'm going to be using masking using a piece of acetate. This means that the mask will be able to be used over and over again, and it'll be available to use as long as you want it to be, because it won't run out and it won't pick up any ink. So let's get into it, shall we? I'm going to be using the circled sentiments from altenew. I really do love this set. It has so many different sentiments on there. I'm going to be using 4 of the sentiments for each of the note cards that I have created today. So I've just added my sentiment into place where I want it to be on my card in the center, and I'm using my MISTI because this will make it easier to create all the cards in a flash. So I've added some permanent black ink, and I'm going to ink this up twice so I have a really bold black image. As you can see, the sentiments are negative in themselves, so you're just stamping around them, and I really like this look. To create the other ones in the same style, I'm popping the next sentiment on top of the one that I've just stamped, and then I'm going to move this note card out and bring another note card in. This way I know that the sentiment that I'm going to stamp next will be in the same place as the one that I've just stamped before. So I stamped all 4 of them in the same way, and then I've created my masks. So I've just used the circle sentiments die, and I've created 4 masks out of a thin piece of acetate. I'm going to be using the altenew glue tape to adhere this to act as a mask, and I'm just going to take a little bit of the sticky off. So this does work as a repositionable adhesive, so you can use it in this way as well. I'm then going to be using the Winter Rose set, and I'm going to be using 2 of the flowers from this set and some of the leaves. So I'm going to place these down into place where I want them to be, and I'm just going to shut the lid on my MISTI. So I'm just placing the 2 flowers down at the same time because these are going to be the same colour. Just going to pop my MISTI shut, and then my flowers will be in place. As you can see, the mask isn't that sticky, so I've just popped it back into place because my stamps picked it up. For this layer, the base layer of the image of the flowers, I'm going to be using the buttercream. I do love this lovely soft tone of yellow, so I'm going to add this as my first layer. I'm inking them up really well. I'm going to flip my base on the lid of my MISTI over and stamp them into place. I'm making sure that I'm pressing really hard on them so I get a really good image. I've removed that note card and popped another one in, so I'm going to add a mask onto this. Again, I'm using the altenew glue tape, taking a little bit of the stick off and then popping it into place over my sentiment. So again, I'm going to ink these up. I am going to be using the same colours on all of the note cards. The only thing that I have changed on the note cards is the sentiment from Circle Sentiments in the center of my images. So again, I've used the buttercream. I'll stamp that down and I will do the rest all the same so that all my 4 note cards are going to have the same colors in them. I'm just adding the layers on top into place, and then I'm going to shut the lid, and then I'm going to be using some frosty pink for this layer. I love how quickly these cards came together in the end, and you could create loads and loads of these in one sitting if you wanted to. Just changing out the sentiment in the middle or changing up the colours that you're using would make a really lovely gift. So at the end, what I did is I just popped these all together so I can give them away as a little present. So as you can see, I'm doing all of the layers the same. So this is the frosty pink again. I'm just going to turn that over, pop it down, and then move on to the next note card, and then again move on to the next layer. So once I've done all the layers on all 4 of the note cards, I'm going to take the 3rd layer from the Winter Roses. I'm going to pop these onto place, shut the lid on my MISTI, and then I am going to be using some Peach Perfect crisp ink for my 3rd layer of the flowers. So I'm just going to ink them up, shut the lid, and then they will be perfectly in place because I've already lined them up on my stamped image before. So I've just removed that note card, and then I'm going to stamp all 4 of them in the same way again. Just pop that down, and then there's the flowers nearly complete. So to complete the flowers, all I need to do is add the little outlines. Now these aren't full outlines, they're kind of a representation of outlines, and they are very, very pretty. So I'm going to pop them into place, shut the lid on my Misty again, and then I'm going to ink these up using some industrial diamond ink. I didn't want them quite as dark as the sentiment in the middle, but I did want them quite dark, so I've chose a really dark grey. And as you know, the inks will dry a little bit lighter because they are dye inks when they dry. So I'm just going to pop the leaves into place where I want them to be, and then again shut my Misty. I'm sorry. You must be sick of me saying that. So I'm just going to open it up again, and I'm going to be using the Silverstone. I'm going to ink these up and then pop them into place. And then I will do all 4 of the note cards using these 2 leaves. So again, I'm just going to remove this one, pop the next one in, and you can see that if you do have like a little line of these going on, you can create lots of beautiful cards in one go. Just by switching out some colours would make these look really, really different, I think. So once I've done all 4 of them, I'm then going to pop the second set of leaves back in place, because you know me, I do like my odds when it comes to my foliage, so I had to put 3 down. I wasn't happy with the 2, although it did look pretty with the 2. I'm a little bit happier with the 3 of them on there. So again, I'm just going to go through all of my note cards and do exactly the same. Okay, so once I've done all my stamping, all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to remove the mask from the center sentiment, and there it is complete. So here are all the cards I have. I have love, you are my world, smile big, and hello there. I really do love how these turned out. So just to make these into a little gift, all I did was I added some envelopes and tied a little bit of twine around. And there it is, nice and simple, and it's such a lovely little thing to give, especially when people don't tend to give cards. They can give one of yours out, which is really, really nice, and it will make people smile big, I hope. So thank you so much for watching. There are more videos here if you would like to go and see some more. We would love it if you did subscribe to our channel so you wouldn't miss out on any videos that we upload to our channel. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you again real soon. Goodbye.